The Spurs team walking to the locker room earlier, determined to have a big night on their home. Hello from 2K Sports. We're honoring diversity and culture tonight with the NBA celebration of Noche Latina. Hello, basketball fans. Brian Anderson here, courtside with Doris Burke and the first game of a back-to-back. Is managing minutes a priority for the coaching staff, Doris?
I think, Brian, for coaches, you're just reacting in real time to how the game unfolds. Minutes are always a concern when it's a back-to-back situation. But let's say we get down the stretch and this is a possession ball game. Usually you're going to choose, I'm going to put my best players on the floor and try to win the game right in front of me.
Looking at the starting five for Boston. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. The perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. And it's Holiday in at the point. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
And I love the physical play from Sohan inside. Mixing it up with the defense and drawing the foul.
He's got his first free throws of the night right here.
It's hard to forget how much he struggled from the line during their last matchup.
First one falls for him.
Yeah, he's a fearless player. I mean, Sohan not afraid to give up his body to give his team a better chance.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Now here's Tatum, outside Holiday. Outside Tatum, beyond the arc, gets the 3 ball to go.
Jason Tatum has built such consistency from beyond the arc. Doesn't matter if there's a contest or not.
Sohan outside. Outside Barnes. Back to Paul. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Vassell. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Tatum with a screen. Drive by Brown. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
They immediately found their offensive rhythm, hitting 3 straight shots to start the game.
Pass to Barnes. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
That's just length and determination by Barnes, helping him convert in traffic.
There's a screen. And here's Brown for 3. Oh, he missed it. Making him 1 for 2 now. Sohan, pass to Paul. Back to Sohan. The teardrop, and Porzingis with the block.
7'6" wingspan, sending it back. Kristaps Porzingis with the rejection. Wow, how about the long arms and the timing of Jason Tatum on the alley-oop? Nice.
Here's Castle. An important role in this offense, averaging around 12.5 per game. Tatum against Barnes. Nice move. And it's Tatum missing.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
You know, it's easy to focus on Jason Tatum scoring. But Doris, he's excellent in a number of areas.
Brian, he's a high-level rebounder. He now knows how to keep his teammates involved. He's competitive on the defensive end and willing to absorb a big-time assignment. He has got a complete game.
Tatum passes to Porzingis. Outside Holiday. Tatum a screen on Paul. Holiday from long range.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Pass to Sohan. Back to Vassell. Here's Castle. No points so far. Shoots over Brown. Hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good. And that'll tie this game up.
And good to see Castle capitalizing from the mid-range. He knows he needs to keep hitting these shots.
Tatum passes to Brown. Porzingis with it. Sohan covering. Again, the miss by the Celtics. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point land so far. Barnes, no good. The Celtics have gone 4 of 8 and looking in control. Pass to Castle. Barnes with a screen on Brown. Castle misses. Boston's shooting a solid 50% in the opening quarter. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
We know that Jason Tatum is a gamer. This guy willing to take punishment on his way to the cup.
Doris, it seems like every year Tatum's name is right atop the MVP ballot.
To me, Brian, it speaks not only to his talent, but also his consistency and the work ethic. The game is important to him. He's versatile. He's clutch. He's everything you want in a star player.
Cornette's checked in for Boston. And that one misses.
What impresses me about Jason Tatum are his work habits, his commitment in the offseason to adding something else to his arsenal. We know he can play high-level basketball on both ends. The sky is the limit.
The shot's good.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. As we head towards the playoffs, let's see where the Eastern Conference standings sit. You take a look at the Celtics. With the playoffs fast approaching, they are well positioned at second place in the conference.
You know, for the Celtics, they've been relentless competitors all season long. They've assured themselves of a lot of home games in the postseason, and we'll see if they can capitalize.
Pass to Barnes. White against Vassell. Takes a three. Nails it from beyond the arc.
The team counts on Vassell for this, a reliable producer of three-point buckets.
White on the wing. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. Doris, it's hard to pick one, but Derek White is in the running for best defensive guard.
It's so true, and what Derek White does perhaps better than any other guard is block shots. When we talk about top arm ball defenders, he's also on that list. You want to talk about somebody who can get in the passing lane and be disruptive. He's on that list. Truly can do it all. I think the thing that's most striking about Derek White, guys, he's capable of affecting games in so many ways. Yes, he can score it. Excellent passer and a very versatile cross-positional defender. A guy who can contribute to a good team.
And we have to take another look at that block.
Yeah, obviously he had the shot well anticipated, able to shut it down with authority.
Spurs trail by 4. Paul with it. No made baskets yet. Sohan outside. Jaylen Brown with a rebound. For Boston, they've got 7 of 11 shots to find the mark. Got it.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Earlier, I spoke with the Spurs head coach. The main topic of conversation, how they plan to guard Jason Tatum. We want to try to make Jason a jump shooter. Avoid fouling, don't let him go downhill. But JT will get his, so let's hope we limit him. Well, that's never easy to do, guys.
Thank you for that, Allie. White looking it over. Cornette. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
Paul passes to Sohan. And good, as it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
And this is what you like seeing. Sohan looking confident shooting from the mid-range.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And looking at this last month, here are the NBA teams that have been outstanding at reading the opponents and picking their pockets. Boston, third.
They've really gotten after it at the defensive end, and that's been generating turnovers.
Here's Holiday. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Doris, even as he gets up there in age, Drew Holiday is still an elite defender.
Brian, it's really remarkable how valuable a piece he is. They call him the Swiss Army knife because he is one of those rare individuals that can guard all 5 positions. He understands schemes. He's willing to mix things up. Drew Holiday is elite, period.
And the expression, not enough touches to go around. Do the Celtics risk falling into that trap, Doris?
Well, first and foremost, BA, if that's a problem for you, it's a good one to have. I think the key here is with all the weapons available, you have to have some personal sacrifice. And to this point, this team has been willing to do that.
Making shots at the line. You need a good routine, and he certainly has one.
Here's Sohan. Pass to Mamukelashvili. The shot by Sohan, no good.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Hauser, that's good. And the Celtics lead by 10.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten. Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
And it's Tatum missing. San Antonio's gone just 2 for 6 from the arc here in the first. The shot by Johnson, no good. Boston leading by 8. Leans inside, and the shot goes down. Tatum's got 11 points.
And this defense needs to turn the screws and ramp up the intensity. They're looking a little loose out there right now.
Pass to Mamukelashvili. From the arc, gets the 3 to fall.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Three-pointer, Holiday. Rebound by San Antonio. Outplayed in their previous game on their schedule, losing to the Cavs.
Defensively, they weren't up to the task. Didn't play as a cohesive unit, and it really hurt them.
You cannot allow your opponent to shoot that high a percentage. That is going to get you beat night after night.
Hauser can't get it to go. Spurs trail by 7. Inside, Sohan, the pass to Vassell. Now here's Johnson. Clock at 6. Back to Vassell. And the 3 off target.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Tatum passes to Holiday. Takes the 3. He buries it from 3. 7 points in the game.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Now a timeout called by San Antonio. Penny. He's checked in for Sohan. Spurs trail by 10. Vassell passes to Johnson. To the wing on the left. They set the pick. Wesley, the pass to Vassell. Clock at 4. Here's the 3. He drops it from range. Vassell's got his second bucket on the night.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
Tatum against Johnson. Tatum inside. Not going to go that time. Johnson with the defensive effort. Wesley, the pass to Champagny. Johnson for 3. Drills it from deep. And now just a 4-point Boston lead.
And it's clear Johnson is comfortable handling more responsibility on offense. Love the confidence there.
Pass to Tatum. Over Johnson. Tatum, shot is good. Tatum's got 13 now.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
Outside Johnson. Fires from deep. Holiday grabs the miss. Celtics lead by 6. Outside Tatum. And so it's Boston with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Defense is setting the tone. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And for the Celtics here, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for San Antonio. 6-point game. Taking a look at the Celtics. We've got Jason Tatum. He's out there with Luke Cornett. And it's Hauser in at the 3 slot. Here's Vassell. Off the mark there with a 3.
And they've just built this lead by attacking the boards.
Here's Cornett. And terrific work on the offensive glass as he picks up the deuce.
You're fighting to keep the possession alive, something this guy does so well.
They set a pick. Barnes against Tatum. Barnes, it's good. Barnes has got 7 points.
He's just able to score from anywhere on the floor, but Barnes loves that high percentage area.
Now Holiday. Down low. Here's Castle. Vassell outside. Fires the 3. Pure from 3-point range. Vassell's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been 3s.
And the basket by Holiday.
That's a little bit about grit right there. Drew Holiday, not one to back away from a challenge.
Pass to Castle. Paul, a screen on Holiday. Castle for 3. Boston pulls it in. They've led by as much as 10. Their last game, a win against the Suns, looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, they were able to execute offensively in a hostile environment, which led to a lot of high percentage shots.
Well, I'm sure they're still enjoying that one. You love going into a tough building, tough place to play, and shooting the lights out. Nothing like silencing the crowd.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian. Devin Vassell is progressing offensively. He said, I feel like the game has slowed down, just making the right reads. I know I can get to my spots. I just want to show that I'm an efficient scorer and a willing passer. I'm trying to be the best player that I can be.
Yeah, love that work ethic, Allie.
Timeout.
Thanks. Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over. Well, Doris, for a while, the amount of three-pointers seemed to grow exponentially. I think it's plateaued now.
You know, BA, I'm not sure I agree that it's plateaued. What we do know unequivocally is these organizations have defined how to be the most efficient basketball team. And each and every year, we're setting records in that category. They're just getting smart about the kinds of shots you want and when. We're seeing more shots at the rim, and we're still heavily emphasizing the three-point line.
He's checked in for San Antonio. The Celtics also with a sub. Derek White's checked in for Drew Holiday. And now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter here. Here's Castle, coming off a 28-point game against Cleveland.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
Cornette sets a screen. White for three. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
Well, that's the intelligence that Derek White plays with. This guy in pick-and-roll action always seems to make the right decision.
Here's Castle. He's got 5. Just 5 to shoot. Nifty move. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. You know, Grant, you talk to scouts about Stephon Castle. They just feel like this guy's a winner.
Well, certainly we saw that at Connecticut. Now, as a freshman, he was a key piece in their title run. He actually turned up his game in the tournament, and that's rare for any freshman.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw.
You know, guys, this is an exciting young player. Stephon Castle does a little bit of everything. He hustles, plays defense, got a national championship in college, so he is a winner, too.
Sohan's checked in for San Antonio. And the second free throw is good. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Tatum, and misses it off the right side of the rim. Spurs trail by 8. Outside Paul. Pass to Sohan. Fades back, and there it is for him. Sohan's got 8 points.
Chris Paul is such a natural facilitator. His ability to read angles and deliver the ball on time and on target is special.
Here's Shireman. Here's Cornette. Sohan covering. The kick out to White. Outside Tatum. Oh, and it's Tatum finishing it off inside.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
Pass to Barnes. Ooh, he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, this is not a guy who draws a ton of fouls, but Barnes baits the defender that time.
All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Celtics.
They've been really going at the defense in the painted area, and so far, the opposition really hasn't had an answer for them.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
He's off on the second.
And give them credit for making a more concerted effort to get to the line this quarter.
Holiday passes to White. Back to Holiday. Knocks it down from distance. 12 points for him.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Sohan outside. Pass to Castle. To the left side wing. Here's the floater. That's good from Paul. On the assist by Castle.
This guy is just so smooth offensively. The ability to get to the floater game for Chris Paul, so important.
White for three. Rebounded by Castle.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Pass to Barnes. Picked up by Sohan. Barnes, no good.
Oh, love the intensity in which they're hitting the boards.
Porzingis misses.
Well, he saw the play coming together, but the timing was just a little off.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
If you're a head coach, you love having a guy like Chris Paul around. He's a coach on the floor for you and helps keep everyone accountable.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he drops the first.
Chris Paul will go down as one of the great floor generals to ever play the game. He is the maestro at orchestrating offense.
Paul hits them both. Boston leading by 6. Outside White. Cornette sets a screen. White, the pass to Cornette. They kick it out to Porzingis. Again, the miss by Boston. San Antonio's gone 2 of 6 from distance here in the second quarter. And there's a pick. Barnes passes to Vassell. 6 to shoot. The 3 is up. Boston pulls it in. They've led by as much as 10. At the conclusion of this one, they're off to Memphis, where they'll face the Grizzlies. That'll be the last leg of a 6-game road trip for the club.
Well, at 6'7", this is a forward, Jaylen Brown, who handles it well, cuts his way right through the defense.
Outside Barnes. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some stats for Jeremy Sohan.
Over his 10-game stretch, he's taken on a bigger role in this offense. His usage rate has gone up, and he's accepted this additional responsibility seamlessly.
White, the pass to Porzingis. Now here's Brown. Let's go with a three. Downtown, Jaylen Brown.
Now, Jaylen Brown is now so legit from deep, boy. You better make sure you're contesting that three ball. That's how good he is.
Here's Mamukelashvili. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Champagny. Sweet little floater.
The floater can be a tricky shot, but that's the right choice.
And White has got the ball here for the Boston Celtics. They've got a 9-point lead. And the Spurs making a change here. Vassell's checked in. The Celtics also with a sub. Hauser's checked in.
Substitution on court.
And here's White. He picked up 27 points in their last win against Phoenix. Oh, through contact. White gets the finish.
Gentlemen, that is about excellent concentration from Derek White. You play through the foul. Now you get the old-fashioned three-point opportunity.
Boston shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
One shot.
Spurs trail by 12. Here's Wesley. Pass to Vassell. Here's Mamukelashvili. Clock at 6. Spurs need to get one up here. Connects from downtown. Boston leading by 9. Here's Hauser. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Tipped away. White finds Porzingis. Here's Shireman. Here's Hauser. Outside White. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. And that's why they continue to get attacked.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in this game.
Derek White at the line for one.
Spurs trail by 12. Outside Johnson. Pass to Wesley. Outside Johnson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That three's off the mark.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Up top, White. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And since the All-Star break, here are the teams playing at the fastest pace. The 4th spot held by the Celtics.
Here's a team that is not being slowed down by the long NBA season. They've been looking to push the ball every chance they can get.
And the first one at the line is good.
0 wasted trips. They're doing their job at the line.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
I like his aggressive approach this quarter, getting to the line and creating foul problems for the opposition.
Here's Mamukelashvili. And it's Cornette with a rebound. Cornette's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pass to Hauser. Here's Shireman. To the wing, right side. Cornette passes to Porzingis. White coming through.
A sneaky good scorer. I don't know that you define Derek White as a scorer. He's sort of jack of all trades, but boy, he's cooking right now.
Johnson passes to Mamukelashvili. Nails it from 3. Mamukelashvili's got 6.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
On target from range.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
Here's Champagny. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Second personal foul. 14 foul. Champagny shooting 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes a first. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Cornette. Good on both. And so it's White with it. He brings it up for the Boston Celtics. Ooh, here's White on the drive. The 6-footer. Rebound San Antonio.
More often than not, he'll cash it in from that area. The defense might have done just enough to bother him.
Vassell outside to the middle. Here's Mamukelashvili. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis. And so that brings the first half to a close. Boston out in front. They lead by 13. We'll take a quick break and then get you back to the action.
54.
Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. A clinic in execution so far, as it's been a dominant showing for the Boston Celtics.
Gotta appreciate the way they're moving the ball. The offense is flowing like my rap game. When you bring the right beat, you know my name.
You know what? It is a debate. Were you a better rapper or you're a better DJ as you are today?
Now that's me, Kenny, DJ EJ. Next on the docket, power rankings. Fellas, let's see which teams are jostling for those top spots.
Checking out Boston, they've gotten comfortable in this number 3 spot on the board, Ernie. I mean, to be honest, that seems like the right place for them.
They've shown themselves to be, I guess, a dangerous team, Jet. Nobody wants to play them right now. Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back over to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. How about Derek White really making a difference here?
Yeah, tonight, he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Harrison Barnes out there with Jeremy Sohan. Then there's Devin Vassell. Then there's Castle. And it's Paul in at the point. That's the San Antonio 5. Here's a look at what's coming up for Boston. On Monday, they'll go up against the Grizzlies in Memphis. And then on Wednesday, they head back home to host the Miami Heat.
And for their matchup with Phoenix, that's a game where you'd be surprised to see them lose. They'd have to have a really off night for them to get upset there.
No good on the free throw. Good on the second one. Here's White. Outside, Brown. On the wing, Tatum. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Barnes. And the shot is good. Dropping it off the front of the rim. Tatum's got 19 points.
They're winning the battle down low by imposing their will.
Pass to Paul. And here's Sohan. Defended by Porzingis. And the foul called on Kristaps Porzingis. That's his third foul so far.
Third personal foul. Second team foul.
Paul finds Barnes. The 3. Holiday grabs the miss. Holiday's got his 5th rebound in this one.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Vassell against Holiday. Pass to Sohan. Here's Castle. 5 on the clock. The 3 from Barnes. Buries it from 3. Barnes has got 11.
Boy, this guy has been terrific. The rest of the team, however, struggling.
Holiday a screen on Vassell. White the pass to Tatum. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Grant, compared to some of the flashier scores, Devin Vassell has a more workmanlike approach.
Yeah, he can quietly drop a big game on you. He doesn't draw attention with stylish plays and big circus shots. He just grinds it out by finding his looks. Man, good whistle there.
Third team foul. Sohan. Shooting 2.
The first one falls. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Celtics lead by 9. Holiday passes to Porzingis. And here's White. Ooh, now 7 for 9 after that make.
But he is asked to do so many different things for whatever team he's on. But Derek White right now, aggressive hunting his shots.
Paul passes to Sohan. Pass to Paul. Now here's Vassell. From outside the arc. Boston pulls it in. Holiday's got his 6th rebound on the night.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Holiday a screen on Barnes. Oh, he muscles it in through the contact. They call the foul, and he's on his way to the line.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
He's 0 for 1 at the line, missing on his first trip.
Shooting 1.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum. Man, is he getting it done today?
He's been on a mission, attacking the basket all game long. I'm curious to see what adjustments they can make.
Now we have a moment. Let's take a look at the rookies putting up the best field goal percentages this year. Stephon Castle 3rd.
Thus far, he's been smart offensively, taking only the good looks, and is showing up in his field goal percentage as well.
Here's Paul. Tipped.
Oh, that's Drew Holiday at his absolute best. Send it back, Drew.
Outside, Brown. From behind the arc. The kick to Tatum. White with a screen on Barnes. Here's Tatum. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
Scoring well this quarter, picking up steam as he goes.
Well, Doris, you watch Kristaps Porzingis at the defensive end. He changes a lot of shots.
There is no doubt, B.A. It's 7'2". It isn't just simply about sending shots back. It's about changing the trajectory. But I think as importantly, guys don't want to go in the lane because of his presence.
Spurs trail by 15. Pass to Vassell. Out to the right wing. Outside Barnes. Here's Castle. Vassell finds Barnes. Shot clock at 5. Outside Paul. Three-pointer. Boston with a rebound. Brown's got his 4th rebound in this one. Now here's Tatum. He's guarded by Barnes. Blocked.
Yeah, the reach is amazing. Sohan will get his fair share of blocks during his career.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Champagny, he's checked in for San Antonio. Johnson comes in for Vassell. Cornette's checked in for Boston. Here's Tatum. They lead by their biggest margin of the game. It's at 15 points. 6 on the shot clock. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And we've got a moment to look at the rebounding trend over the last few months for Jason Tatum.
And I'm sure he's not pleased with these stats. His rebounding has taken a bit of a tumble over the last couple of months. He's really got to get his energy back up on the glass and start fighting for boards again.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well. And when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that.
When Chris Paul gets into the teeth of the defense, make no mistake, this guy's in attack mode because he wants to go to the foul line.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Boston.
They feel like they have an advantage inside, and so far they have done an excellent job exploiting it.
Boy, the long ball has been another point of emphasis for this group tonight. Their shooters are finding open spaces and firing without hesitation.
Ball hits them both. Celtics lead by 13. Holiday surveying the floor. Sinks the tray. Holiday's got 15.
This guy's so accurate from outside the arc. You wish Holiday was more aggressive from range.
Outside Barnes. Shoots over Tatum. Barnes, it's good. Barnes has got 5 points in the quarter. Boston's gone 7 of 15 from distance in this game. Cornette passes to White. Back to Cornette. Clock at 6. Down low. Here's Brown. And the jam by Brown.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown so quick off his feet. What a vertical threat he is.
Paul passes to Barnes. Outside Paul. Ooh, good work defensively by Holiday.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Here's Cornette, and the shot is good on the assist by Holiday. Cornette's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets here.
The 3 from Barnes. It's hauled in by White. Boston on offense. They're on a 15-6 run. Kick out to Brown. Sinks it from distance. He's got 12.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Johnson for 3. Hits the trifecta.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
He can really read the floor. Precision pass in rhythm.
Pass to Paul. Here's Castle. He's guarded by White. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line. For San Antonio, Mamukelashvili's checked in for Champagny. And Sohan subbed in for Paul. Porzingis has checked in for Boston. Hauser comes in for White. And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for the Celtics. Outside Holiday. It's hauled in by Mamukelashvili. Mamukelashvili's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pass to Castle. Sohan outside. This one for 3. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Hauser. Deflected. Here's Castle. 9 points in the game. Outside Barnes. Pass to Mamukelashvili. Over Tatum. Mamukelashvili, no good. Celtics lead by 17. Left side, Brown. It's stolen by Johnson. And out of bounds. Boston will have it. As we near the postseason, let's see where the West is shaken out. You look at the Spurs, and after a subpar season, there have been some questions about the direction of this franchise.
Right now for the Spurs, they hyped it up at the start of the year, but haven't really followed through. They're so disappointed, and really, so are their fans.
All talk, no walk. Simple as that. They just don't match up with the better teams in the NBA.
Inside, that's tipped. Now the Spurs moving it up the floor. And the shot falls short that time.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
Back to Tatum. Lets a 3 fly. Rebound by San Antonio.
He made a 3 back in the first half, but that's it. We'll see if he can find his stroke.
Here's Johnson. Pass to Paul. Back to Johnson. Here's Wesley. Shot clock at 6. There's a screen. Fades away. Knocks down the triple. Wesley's got 6 points. Boston leading by 14. Outside Holiday. And here's Tatum. To win the drought. Rebound by San Antonio. Mamukelashvili's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Outside Paul. Outside Johnson. Launches it. Shireman grabs a board. Boston's gone 2 of 6 from downtown here in the second half. Pass to Tatum. Here's Cornette. He's guarded by Paul. Count that one. 10 points for him.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Shot is good by Mamukelishvili.
What an effective, efficient offensive possession. They'd love to get that shot every trip down the floor.
Cornette with the bucket. Cornette's got 8 here in this quarter.
Wow, he looks like a completely different player in this half. He's found his rhythm.
Ball passes to Champagny. Launches a 3. Boston with a rebound. Cornette's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. Back to Holiday. 40 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Cornette passes to Holiday. Fires top of the key. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. Holiday's got 17 points.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
4-3. That one is off. And so it's Jason Tatum making highlights for Boston. 25 points and counting for him. They have relied heavily on his offense. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Woo, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great to see your two guards share the wealth.
You love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the court right now for the Celtics. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. Then it's Jaylen Brown. Then it's Kristaps Porzingis. And it's Hauser in at the 4 spot. Sohan, the pass to Paul. Now Sohan. Vassell outside. Pass to Johnson. Lets it go from deep. Drops in the 3.
I like Johnson's focus at the perimeter. He's pretty careful about when he shoots the 3.
Holiday finds White. Now Holiday. He's guarded by Paul. And the basket by Holiday.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Paul passes to Johnson. There's a screen. Back to Paul. Pass to Sohan. Outside Johnson. Vassell outside. Right side Paul. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis. Shoots from 14. Vassell with the rebound.
And for him, that's a great look. Expect him to go right back to it if it's available.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
And the shot's good.
I'll tell you, he's been much better in the second half. He's taking smarter shots. He's looking more comfortable. And guess what? He's in a groove.
Holiday from long range. Good. And that basket makes him 8 for 14 for the game.
He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
Pass to Castle. Outside Johnson. Holiday grabs the miss. Holiday's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Pass to Porzingis. And they double up Porzingis. Here's Hauser. For 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
That will help your assist numbers if you're Derek White. You can't miss that guy.
And there's the screen. From deep, Johnson. Jaylen Brown with a rebound. Brown's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. To the inside. Holiday. He's off on the layup. Spurs trail by 21. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. That shot wide open.
Well, when the three ball is falling for Castle, he is extremely difficult to defend.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. The Celtics making a switch here. Cornette's checked in. A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. Holiday finds White. Here's Cornette. Sohan covering. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play opportunity. And the NBA moving to a 2-day draft. Your thoughts on the change, Grant?
You know, BA, a lot of pro sports are shifting to multi-day drafts. And the NBA draft can be long if done all in one evening. So maybe a good choice to break it up.
And so Paul will bring it up for San Antonio. Over to the wing. Here's Sohan. And it's rejected. And as it goes out of bounds, San Antonio will keep possession. And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
Yeah, good offense comes from great defense. This lead is only getting stronger with plays like that.
So it's San Antonio now. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Vassell. Nice jump shot. Celtics lead by 19. Outside White. Pass to Hauser. Now here's Brown. Knocks it loose. Left side White. Fires the three. He's now 8 for 11 after that made shot.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Sohan outside. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. And several years ago, the NBA introduced the Supermax. How do you think it's worked out, Doris?
Yeah, I think every decision, Brian, that the league makes is trying to make sure that everybody has an equal opportunity for a championship. This particular implementation has made it easier for small market teams to retain their stars. And think about it, even if someone signs it and then gets traded, at least those teams get an opportunity to get big draft capital. That's huge.
He does not get the second one. And the NBA has regular season games outside the U.S., all over the world. How important is that, man?
It's so important, BA. I mean, basketball has become a global sport. And just look at the recent MVPs. They're mostly international players. So playing games in those countries has helped the game grow all over the world.
Here's Holiday. Again, Boston.
Yeah, because of his size and skill, once Drew Holiday gets in the open floor, look out.
Outside Johnson. Pass to Sohan. Paul for three. Rebounded by the Celtics.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Holiday passes to White. Outside, Brown. over Kessel. And he gets it to go off the front iron.
Well, good things happen for this team when Jaylen Brown gets into the paint. So efficient inside.
Pass to Sohan. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. Well, you look at the so-called super teams that have been assembled in recent years. A lot of cautionary tales.
Yeah, I mean, teams giving up their draft picks for the better part of a decade to bring in a star. It can get ugly really fast if things don't work out.
The first free throw is good. Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. And so he hits both. Here's Tatum. Paul with a steal. Back come the Spurs in transition. Here's Johnson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Johnson's got 7 points for the quarter.
After an ice-cold start to this game, he is pouring it on here in the second half.
And here's Brown for 3. Rebounded by the Spurs. Vassell's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Sohan. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
So close on the finish. I mean, it could have been a 3-point opportunity.
And you look at the development of AI. How might it affect the league going forward, Doris?
I think there's so much to be learned, Brian, about that exact thing, whether we are talking about the league or whether we're talking about society to a greater extent. As it relates to the league, how will teams employ it for scouting? Does it impact shot selection or player contracts? Maybe even the negotiation of the next CBA. Truth is, we really don't know. What we do know, it's coming fast.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2, and he's made a case for first-team all-defense. Doris, Jaylen Brown, the complete game.
Brian, what you love to see from a great player that's just entering their prime is the pride they take in being well-rounded. Do you want to absorb a big-time defensive assignment? Jaylen Brown wants to do exactly that.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for San Antonio.
Number 40, Harrison Barnes.
And Tatum's got the ball here for the Celtics. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead.
I got your help, outside. Holiday.
Just 5 on the clock. Vassell with the rebound. Spurs trail by 20. Outside Barnes. Now here's Sohan. He's guarded by White. Pass to Paul. From downtown, knocks down the long J.
And it really took a while, but they've started to find their form. And this run's making the deficit look a little bit more respectable.
Three-pointer, Holiday. The kick to Tatum. Counted from distance. Tatum's got 28.
Well, that's his second 3 of the game. 1 in the first half, 1 here.
Outside Barnes. Outside Johnson. Barnes passes to Paul. Picked up by Sohan. There's the 3. Paul can't get it to go.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Pass to Brown. Here's Tatum. Here's Cornette. Covered by Johnson. Outside White. Cornette sets a screen. Here's Holiday. From 13 feet, down it goes. Holiday's got 14 points here in the second half.
Over the years, Drew Holiday very willing to take those mid-range opportunities.
The Spurs call time. let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Drew Holiday.
When you look at the stats from this game, truly, it was his from the start. His scoring's been great, but he's done so many other things on the court as well. Wow, I'm just so impressed with his continued play for his ball club.
Well, they are playoff bound with him rounding into form and playing some of his best basketball. They just got to continue to play together, and we'll see if he's able to keep playing at this level. Outside Paul. Back to Barnes. Outside Johnson. Sends it home from three-point land. Johnson's got 10 points in the quarter.
After hitting only one from downtown in the first half, he's exploded with 3 since.
Johnson against Brown. Porzingis with a screen on Johnson. Hits the three-pointer.
Jaylen Brown with the immediate answer from three-point territory. Yes, sir.
Paul against Holiday. Right side Paul. Boston pulls it in. Holiday's got a rebound number 12 here already in the game.
Don't let Drew shoot again. Hey,
A minute 42 left to play in the fourth. Basket's good.
Well, this is where Porzingis thrives. He is shot ready on the catch.
Vassell passes to Sohan. Over Porzingis. The shot by Sohan, no good.
Boy, a clean, close look. What a missed opportunity.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Celtics.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
BA, it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And you have to like how they played this year. 55 wins in total.
And that's a sweep of the season series. It's clear who the matchup favored. They'll wish they could have seen more of these guys.
And no question this was a team effort. But you have to love how big a night this was for Drew Holiday.
Well, I thought his best work was his pursuit of the basketball. He competed for every rebound, fought for position in the paint, and never stopped working. I love it.
Castle's checked in for Johnson. It's both from the stripe. 51 seconds left in the fourth. Porzingis with a screen on Vassell. White can't hit.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
Sohan, the pass to Paul. Outside Barnes. Here's Castle. Releases. San Antonio again can't hit.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
Tatum from long range. Kick out to Brown. Outside Holiday. Pass to Tatum. And here's White. So we see the Celtics taking the W here. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and